next topic is protecting track workers with ZoneGuard RWP systems. This demo will be presented by Matt and Adam from Miller Ingenuity. Christine will also be helping moderate this demo. So I'm going to turn it over to Christine and take it away.
Hi everyone. My name is Christine Nestor. I'm the Marketing Communications Specialist for Miller Ingenuity. As Mike mentioned, I have Matt and Adam with me today to answer your questions at the end of the demo. We have multiple solutions within our ZoneGuard product line, including our portable kit, our fixed system, and our new patent pending ZoneGuard yard protection system. All our RWP systems use our unique combination of sensor technologies to accurately detect track vehicles entering active work zones. Today, we are demoing the ZoneGuard yard protection system, and we are happy to take your questions on any of our products at the end of the demo. So with that, let's get started.
Today, we'll be talking about the ZoneGuard yard protection system. The ZoneGuard yard protection system is a secondary warning system designed to alert rail yard workers of any rolling stock that may be entering into their rail yard while they're out there performing their daily tasks. We had a customer come to us with a safety issue that they had seen at their facility where the local rail depot here was pushing rail cars in through their south gate unannounced to the rail yard workers. They have workers in their yard performing forklift operations, loading and unloading of the rail cars, and they do some switching operations as well. And unannounced to them, these cars would come in through that south gate, and it resulted in a few near misses. They wanted to better protect their employees, so they came to us at Miller Ingenuity, and we created the ZoneGuard yard protection system. The way the yard protection system is designed, it will only alert the rail yard workers if there is movement coming into their facility. It will not alert the rail yard workers if they are performing their own switching operations. The three main components for the yard protection system are the train detection module, the train alert module, and the RWIC Wearable. The train detection module comes in an IP65 rated enclosure. It also has integrated internal sensors responsible for detecting the on-track vehicles moving in either direction. In this particular case, you can see they're mounted about 15 feet from the near track. And along with the train detection modules, we have solar panel assembly along with a power box. The TDMs, or train detection modules, are installed at the yard lead before the rail yard entrance. These are responsible for detecting the rail traffic in either direction and determining whether or not to send an alert to the rail yard workers. So if the traffic is moving into the rail yard, it will send an alert. If the rail traffic is moving out of the rail yard, it will not send an alert to the workers. The train alert modules act as network repeaters for the TDMs and wearables. They also can alert the work crew of an incoming train with the siren that's mounted on the front and the flashing side LEDs. The TAMs are placed throughout the rail yard to ensure that the alerts generated by the TDMs are received by all of the rail yard employees. They receive these alerts from their personal wearable device, and they also can hear the sirens and see the flashing LEDs on the TAMs themselves. The RWIC Wearable is a lightweight device that the rail yard workers carry on them. When the TDMs generate an alert, the rail yard workers will receive the alert on their wearable device. The LEDs will flash. There is also a siren that will sound, and the wearable device will vibrate as well. These just simply need to be powered on, and if they're in range of a TDM or a TAM, the rail yard worker carrying this device will be automatically synced into the network and protected. The workers will be protected throughout the entire rail yard. The radio signal from their wearable device will travel with them and stay connected to the nearest TDM or TAM as they move throughout the yard. Okay, we have a train detection module mounted just outside the rail yard here. This is going to detect the rail traffic and the direction that it's going. If the traffic is headed into the rail yard, it will send out an alert to the train alert modules. It will also send an alert to the individual's worker wearables that they carry on their person. You can see by the blue lights on the side of the TDM that we are connected and protected. As you can see, these rail cars just started moving into the rail yard, and the train detection module picked up the movement, sent the alert out, and my wearable device here is flashing. You can hear the siren, and it is also vibrating. I can clear out that. The train detection module picked up the movement of the tank cars moving into the yard, sent out the alert, and every worker that would be carrying a worker wearable would have received that alert personally, along with the alert being sent to the train alert modules and their sirens and flashing LEDs going off as well. As you can see here, we have our train alert module mounted inside the rail yard where the workers will be working. When the train detection module outside the front entrance of the yard detects the train coming into the yard, it will send that alert out, and the workers will be notified here with the siren and flashing side LEDs along with their wearable device. That was just a quick demonstration of how the ZoneGuard yard protection system works. TDMs and TAMs are permanently mounted at the yard lead and throughout the yard. They can be powered by solar or AC. Super simple system to use. The workers come to work, grab their wearable device, power it on, and they are automatically synced into the system and protected.
Hey, thank you for watching our video demo. We're going to open up the Q&A portion of the demo cast. If you think of any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A window located at the bottom of your screen. And if we run out of time, you can always email us at sales@milleringenuity.com. So I think I have one question here. Are the alerts from the devices captured or recorded somehow? Meaning, if an accident occurred, how will you know if the detector actually provided a warning?
The alerts are logged. There's a pretty extensive logging. It keeps the GPS coordinates of each device, wearable, and where the TDMs or which TDM alerted. You can also check like where each individual worker was when the alert went off, basically, and everything is logged.
How long does a wearable last on a full charge?
It will be slightly dependent on how many trains are coming in and how often you're getting alerts and things like that. But typically we get about 2 days, maybe a little bit longer than 48 hours or so on a full charge. So they last quite a bit longer than your typical shift.
What is general cost range for one each of the modules and 6 wearables?
The cost can certainly vary depending on the layout of your yard. So this particular example that we showed had a single entrance there, so you only need detectors monitoring a single entrance into your facility. But if there's multiple entrances, that naturally increases the total number of detectors that you need to install to monitor rail vehicles that could be entering. And then in general, just the size of your facility will depend on how many repeaters or train alert modules that you would need. So if you have a specific facility that you would like us to take a look at, we can usually give a pretty good estimate over Google Earth just to give you an idea, looking at the layout of the facility. And then we would do a site survey to kind of do some range testing and radio testing to figure out exactly how many devices would be needed.
How heavy are the wearables?
The wearables are pretty lightweight. They're under a pound, just over half a pound, I would say. Similar to the size of a cell phone. Easy to carry. They come with a belt clip. You can put it in your pocket or clip it to your pants or sleeve.
What is the main competitive advantage that the worker protection system has over companies that offer similar products?
So we're not real familiar with other products that might be out there that do exactly what our yard protection system does. That one seems like it may be unique as far as we can tell, but certainly there are other systems out there that are used to warn roadway workers. One thing that is unique about ours and is part of our patent in our system is that we use multiple sensor technologies. We never rely on one sensor or even one type of sensor to detect a vehicle and generate an alert to a worker, which really reduces false positives and false negatives. We want to make sure every time we send an alert, we know there's a train there. We know which direction it's heading, speed, things like that. So I would say in general, the multiple sensors and the redundancy that provides, it's kind of what sets our products apart.
How would the workers know the track and direction of an incoming train?
In the example shown, there is the workers in the yard will only receive the alert if the train is entering the facility. So in that case, there's one track going in that south gate, and if the train's moving in and the workers are connected to it, it will send the alert to the workers. In this case, they don't work nights, so if the train is moving into the yard and no workers are connected, nobody will get the alert. It won't send it. The detector will still detect the train and see the train. It just has nobody to send it to, so it will not send it to the train alert modules either. So their sirens will not be going off at night.
Excuse me. Are there any signal interruption concerns in a yard that utilizes remote control locomotives?
There are not. So well, first off, all of the radios that are used are FCC approved, so they're designed not to have any other radios operating in the same frequency interrupt with them or ours to interrupt with theirs. And it is operating on a different frequency than the RCL locomotives would be. So
how does the system react if a worker walks away from the network? How do they enter back into the network?
It's pretty simple. If the system or if the worker walks away or goes on lunch or leaves the facility for any reason, their wearable device will simply let them know that they are out of range, and it will tell them right on there that they are not protected. And as they simply come back into the yard or within a range of any of the TDMs or TAMs throughout the yard, it will beep and notify that worker that they are now protected again.
It looks like I don't think I have any more questions here. So yeah, I think we're done with the Q&A for now. Again, if anyone has any other additional questions or you think of something after the demo cast is over. Feel free to email us at sales@milleringenuity.com.